Today, we're bringing it back to the basics again, because real wealth doesn't come from chasing returns or trusted, broken systems. It comes from character and control. And that's exactly what we're here to build together. In this session, we're going to unpack the two things that most financial plans never talk about: the mindset of respect that turns into money into meaningful legacy. Infinite banking, a system that puts you back in control of your money. We're going to walk through the timeless principles of IBC, how respect shapes financial decisions, and how this combo builds a rock solid foundation for a legendary life. By the end, you'll have a clear path to take ownership of your finances, lead your family with confidence, and stop outsourcing your power to the banks, to the Wall Street, and to all of the noise that is a constant barrage on our lives, an intrusion. If you've been feeling like you work too hard to keep feeling like you're behind, you're playing catch up, like you're never going to get to where you want to go, relax. It's okay. And if you're ready to stop guessing and start leading, you're in the right place. So let's get to it. We're going to start with the shocking statistic. We're going to start with the good news or the bad news. You guys in the community, let me know in the chat, do you want the good news or the bad news first? Which one do you want? The good news or the bad news? Let's see. Can we get a vote here? I'm going to give you, we got the bad news first. Okay. The bad news is if you earn between 30, well, could be good news too, but if you earn between $34,000 and $60,000 annually, you are in the top 1% of global earners. Top 1%. That means 99% of all people on the face of this great planet make less than you. That's kind of nuts. But that's the truth. So that could be glass half full, glass half empty. Depends how you look at it. But I was shocked when I learned that. I first heard 34,000 put you in the top, means our 50% earners at 41 grand in the US earn more than the top 1%. And so I did some more research, and there's tons of information on it out there, all different kinds of how they're slicing and dicing income and things. And so I kind of landed that it's somewhere in the range of 34 to 60,000. And I was shocked. I thought that was pretty crazy. You guys think that's crazy? To me, I was like, wow, that isn't a lot of money. It kind of feels like back when I was a starving artist. That's kind of what my income looked like from when I got out of school. And at one point, I had made more as a 15-year-old lifeguard than I did with a, $80,000 college degree. And that is what it is when we don't ask questions, when we don't question the things that are happening. And I would also lead that this is going to bring us right into our topic today of respect. So make a note to yourself. If you're not driving, hopefully if you are driving, you pulled over so you can grab your notepad, grab your crayon, take some notes, but ask yourself, how much do you respect yourself? How much do you respect money? How much do you respect your relationship with money? And those are the things that we're going to dive into. We're going to kind of peel the onion back a little bit. And we know that all progress begins with being honest with ourselves. So if you look at that chart again, give yourself kudos. If you're anywhere on that chart, you're in the top 50% of, or 1% of earners globally, but you're in the top 50% of the US. So take a moment to celebrate yourself. That's the good news. Celebrate yourself, because you might be in the top 1%. You might be in the top 5%, the 10%, the 25%. And wherever you are is perfect. That is where God wants you. Now it's up to you. Will you take the challenge to be the best version of yourself? Will you take the time to inspire, to educate, to develop yourself so you can develop the children, your families, and your communities in the future? That is the mission. That is what Founding Fathers is about. That is why we're building this mission together. I know I'm here educating, teaching, pouring into you every week, but none of this would happen or even matter if you guys weren't here. And so let's go back to some of the principles. You're like, Jason, I know this. But today, after 4 years of training, I looked over at my beautiful wife and I watched her doing the combinations. I watched her throwing punches, throwing knee strikes, throwing round kicks. And I said, wow, she looks like a bad bleep. She looks like a martial artist. She looks like a black belt. And I was very impressed. And I talked to her about it on the way home. And you know what she said? Yes, Jason, that's because we keep getting on the mat and training week after week, day after day. Whether we want to or not, we show up, we step on the mat. And that's the respect that we're building with our money. So if we look at the timeless principles of IBC, you don't have to know that much. If you kept these 5 things that are on your screen right now, and you kept to them, no matter what, you made your decisions. And remember, we're humans, so we're fallible. We're going to make mistakes. I make them all the time, daily, hourly, minute by minute. But this works because it aligns with universal principles, truths. It's not market hype. It's not someone sensationalizing it. If you hear things, IBC being promoted as, or infinite banking concept being promoted as sensational, things that sound too good to be true, call that person out or tell them, I don't know if you know what you're talking about, bud. But let's break this down. Think long range, not a quick fix, not a get rich quick scheme. It's about creating a financial legacy rooted in wisdom. Back to our founding fathers. This is going to be a great 4th of July we're going to do, where we have something special coming, but just know that our founding fathers, one of them, one of the most creative ones, one of the creative geniuses, they let us know what they wanted with our country. It's right there for all of us to read whenever we want. They also started with the mutual society, with mutual whole life insurance over 200 years ago. So if we look at how our country was structured and how our forefathers, our founding fathers saw it, we would see they wanted us to think long range because they understood our need for money over a lifetime was always going to be a challenge. So the second principle is don't be afraid to pay yourself first. It's all I talk about. I try to make it sexy, try to make it fun, but it is nothing more than paying ourselves first, loving yourself a little bit more, being a little bit kinder to yourself. And then the third principle, don't steal the peas. I had someone ask me the other day, Jason, I read Nelson Nash's Don't Steal the Peas on, I think it's page 15 and 16. I get it. But what's it have to do with infinite banking? I was like, whoa, hold on. This is like the title of today's webinar, respect. It's not what you know, it's what you do with your money. And if you're telling me you understand the don't steal the peas, don't leave your grocery store, let your aunt, uncle, friends walk out the back door with a can of peas, meaning you're up to sell another 90 cans of peas to make up for that one, don't steal from your business. I can't fix things if you don't get that. These are why these are foundational principles. The fourth is don't use third-party capital. Now, some people say, well, there's good debt and bad debt. Yes, there is. But in general, with 95% of America, not any of you guys are the 5%ers, but with 95% of Americans, they are paying for things later, putting it on cards now, and paying interest to somebody else forever. So don't do that. Keep the money in your family by building up your foundation. And then rethink your thinking. That's my favorite principle. It happens to me daily. I am endlessly on other people's stuff, learning from them. It gives you ideas. It's peers. It is new information or same information told new ways. You're always going to rethink your thinking because you're going to have new foundational ideas and things will shift. Remember, every single one of you are viewing this through a different prism right now. Did that not just make this infinitely more fun? You're all seeing different things. You're all hearing different things. You're all picking up different things that impact you in different ways. So rethinking your thinking goes through all 1 through 5. Thinking long range, don't be afraid to capitalize, don't steal the P's, don't use third-party capital, and rethink your thinking. And so let's jump into respect. Let's go on a deeper level. Whoa, Rodney Dangerfield. Who remembers them? Patty's like, who? Who are you talking about? That guy. I get no respect. Is this how your money feels? Does your money feel like you're giving it no respect? You can't build a wealthy life without self-respect. You won't sustain it without respect for others. And so if we're looking at the 9 principles of self-respect and respect for others, which is stewardship, let's introduce these. So what are some of the things self-respect equals the financial discipline? Remember, discipline was a topic we did not that long ago, because discipline equals freedom, according to badasses like Jocko Willink, right? And what does that mean? It means doing the same things over and over and over again. Sometimes when you don't want to, but you know doing it, you'll feel proud and aligned with yourself. That is self-respect. Self-respect may look like weekly money meetings. It might look like long-term value alignment, having that big goal in the future. It might look like, I love this one, and you guys do too, care for yourself, your body, your mind, your spirit, your money. Like, I know we don't want, like, how do I say this? I love money and money loves me. Write that down. Be comfortable with that. If you have any, like, I can't say that. Money's not the root of all evil, folks. Man is. When we don't respect it, when we put it on a pedestal, as long as we keep our values and priorities in check, in alignment, we're going to be good. And then the respect for others is stewardship. This is what happens as we grow. You know, we're creating a legacy, not a burden. We were put here in the image of the Creator to be the best version of ourselves, the best version of Eli, Dexter, Alejandro, Emmett, Francis, the best version of Patricia, of myself. And we're not perfect, but we do our best every day. We treat our capital with care. We start putting things in place. We learn from the best people around us, from our peers that are doing it and have success. Remember the principles of the Black Belt Boot Camp. Train, test, teach. And training is repetition. Every week, I'm bringing you the same information in a different way. Listening to mentors, listening to people who have been there, done that, and can show you that success leaves clues, like Tony Robinson said. So every time that you live below your means, every time you delay gratification or build an opportunity fund, you're not only honoring yourself, you're honoring your family, your calling, and your bond with our Creator. That's powerful. Respect. Respect for money, respect for yourself, respect for others, the stewardship. Again, inspire, educate, develop children, families, communities. And it all starts with being able to master the game of money. And we're only changing one thing. It is stupid simple. It's kind of like my last name. And so we went through these not that long ago as well, like the different levels of being a banker. And ask yourself right now, where are you with your belt? What belt are you? Are you still on the training phase, getting on the mat every week, being here and learning, not ready yet? That's cool. There's a place for you here. Are you someone that might never be ready? That's cool too. There's a place for you here. Are you someone who's ready to test yourself, see where you're at, and start putting your money to work? Well, then you start the saver. And then from the saver, you move on to the wealth builder. You're recapturing that lost interest that we talked about, right? Always being last in line for your money. Then money mastery. Now you're the CFO. Now you're having meetings about your money. Now you have people bringing the information so you can look at it and telling you, how much am I spending on my business? How much am I spending on my personal side? Is it high value spending? Is it low value spending? Is it aligned with my goals? Where can we adjust? Where can we tweak? How granular can you get with your money? The more granular, the more respect, the more love you are giving yourself. And then banker, leading your system. Now you've got a system that is humming. You've got a business that is running. Now maybe you're 4 or 5 years into your journey, and every dollar you're putting in gives you more than a dollar, and you're making a spread over here and money here, and you've got legacy here, and you're setting up the whole Rockefeller waterfall method. And then you get to the infinite banker, and you're tying in your family values, you're tying in the Constitution. There's so much on this journey. And remember, when we come out of the tunnel that we talked about previously, everything is possible. Everything. You are infinitely capable. There's another reason that I love the word infinite banking. There is no limits as long as you remain in the five principles and within the truth. You can't warp this thing. That's the thing that was going to have Patty come on and do a little testimonial prior. You can't warp this thing and put it into other things when it doesn't give you the guarantees, doesn't put you in control, and it transfers the risk back to you. You guys don't want the risk, do you? But if you're new here, smash the like button, ring the bell. It might just turn blue or orange, like we learn later with Connor Patrick. And you'll be alerted to all the new content, and you can learn how to end your financial suffering by coming on our great big infinite banking bus. Just like martial arts, when you look at these levels, you might think, hey, Jason, I've seen this. Great. If you haven't seen it, that's amazing. But ask yourself, where am I right now? Where am I on the scale 1 to 5? If you have policies and you are practicing infinite banking, or maybe you just have a policy and you're learning how to use it, wherever you are is perfect. But like martial arts, you don't get to skip the levels. You can't go and look like a black belt with a little bit of training. It's consistent, persistent training over years and years. And mastership, our grandmaster, he's been training since he was 6 years old, and he's 60. 54 years of consistency. Warren Buffett, not a millionaire until he was in his 50s, I think. It's not a billionaire till he was in his late 60s. It's consistent, persistent. It is going a mile deep in what you know and love. And if you know and love this, and you love your money and respect your money, guess what? You will be successful. So let's look at this as a leadership skill. It's not just coming in and going, hello, sir, hello, ma'am. It's not just bowing in. It's how you show up in the world daily. It's what you look like when you show up. It's how you present yourself. It is how you walk into a room and you're not playing it small. You are there with your shoulders back, your chest up, your chin up, and you are ready. You're ready to deliver. You are ready to execute. Have that pride. It won't always feel like that, but know who you are. You're a king, you're a queen, you're someone that can respect yourself to do more. And this looks like self-respect is eating right, speaking positively about others and about yourself, respecting and managing your money wisely. When it comes to respecting others, it's family mentors, your coworkers. Show up, listen, care, do what Oprah said. People want you to see them, to hear them, and to let them know what they say matters, because it does. We all matter. We're all having, our souls having a human experience. We're just having an experience, folks, together. How cool is that? All the places we could end up on all the universe, we're here together. Respect each other, love each other, pour into each other, mentor each other, guide each other, hold each other accountable. Society, obey laws, understand customs, contribute. I remember when we were looking at being purchased by a Japanese company, and I called my wife's aunt because she had spent time in Japan. And I asked, Yoli, how do I show respect, and how do I interact? Because I bet you it's not like they interact in New Jersey or Florida. Learn people's customs to show respect for their culture, for how they are, and be curious about it. If it's different than ours, cool. Learn something. Maybe you can pull some of that into yours. And then the world. You're a steward for the planet. Think globally. Lead boldly. You can't separate leadership from respect. You just can't. Respect teaches us how to treat money, how to treat others, and most importantly, how to treat ourselves. Because guess what? If you feel good inside, you're putting good out in the world. What does it say? Hurt people hurt? It's the opposite when you feel good and you respect yourself and love yourself. Maybe give yourself a hug, a pat in the back, a high five. Go ahead, do that right now. If you guys could do that, that would make me happy. And your system is your standard. We've talked about before. We're going to set the manageable floor, but your floor is also your standards. What will you no longer tolerate? What is below that level? Like, this is part of developmental psychology by Dr. Benjamin Hardy. It's going to be in his new book where he talks about the floor, he talks about a ceiling, and then he talks about a focus. And this will get more meaning, but this is how you scale your life rapidly, is by setting that floor, making sure your ceiling is meaningful and having that focus in the future. Make sure that your respect and your infinite banking are not separate. They're the same frequency. They're rooted in long-term thinking, in discipline, in self-respect and self-love. We've just changed one thing, folks. Where are you storing your capital? Where are you storing your liquid capital that you can use to guarantee that it's not with the evil empire? Where? Where, if not here? If not this, then what? You started your journey into clarity and control. You're here because you want more. You want control. And you see, week after week, it's a process of becoming. It's not a product. You ask me for an illustration, I'll be like, no, I don't even know what you want or what your goals are. That is not how this works. Right now, you're the 5% that committed to do what's right for yourself, for your family, for your community, even when it's not easy. So you're going to build the habit, you're going to live the standard. I want you to understand that respect for yourself and others and your money builds legacy. The infinite banking protects as a system for preserving wealth. It's the daily discipline, the small actions. It is the little things you're doing on a day-to-day that are going to make the difference when no one's looking. Maybe it's just automated at this point because you keep doing the same things. You automate your savings. You're paying yourself when you get paid. You put away the money without even looking at it. And then where do you store it? Today, you have the framework. Again, it's not complicated. Infinite banking builds and protects your capital. It's the respect to lead yourself and your household with discipline, clarity, and care. This isn't just financial literacy, it's financial leadership. When you build your system and live by your standard, yours, not somebody else's, you no longer hope things work out. You ensure they do. You guarantee they do. This is how wealth lasts. This is how character is passed down. So here's what you do next. Ask yourself, am I acting in alignment with the stage I claim to be in? I had you self-evaluate. Are you acting in alignment with that stage? Are you respecting that stage that you're in, whether you're a saver, you're an infinite banker, or anywhere in between? Are you respecting yourself and money? Are you getting your reps in? Are you coming to the gym? Are you getting on the mat? Are you learning and reading and diving into your personal situation? Are you clear? Are you granular? Do you know what money is coming in and what is leaving you? And again, wherever you are is perfect. And when you're ready to grow, honest introspection and self-respect is the key. So if you're ready to test and get your questions answered, scan that QR code. Book your strategy session with me. Get your questions answered. Or not, it's your choice. You can keep training. If you're not ready yet, that is okay. Keep training. Again, subscribe if you're new. Smash the like button. Ring the bell to be alerted for more content helping you learn how you can take back control of your money and become your own banker. Invite others to the Infinite Banking Bus. There is plenty of room. I see each of you showing up here every week, and I appreciate it. Bring your friends. Who will you tell? Who can you cause leadership in and bring them here? Remember, this is a process, a skill, and if you don't know something, give yourself permission. Say, I just don't know it yet. As always, thank you for giving me your most valuable asset, your time, your energy, your focus. You are amazing. You're amazing. Respect yourself, love yourself, and I'm going to see you in the next video where you're going to learn more about this process that's a game changer. So good that you probably think it's too good to be true, but we are living proof, this community, that you can do it and anyone can do it if you have self-respect for your money. So I'll see you guys in the next video. I'll see you guys on the next episode. Be blessed. Love you lots. Thank you so much.